Guys, I finally did it. After grinding campaign like a madman and leveling up rares that I didn't even want, we're ready for our first ever fusion. And it's for a champion that every beginner sees, but most skip. Today we're fusing Relickeeper, and here is why I think it's actually worth it. Let's get started. Hi Raiders! Thanks for stopping by. I'm Bobby and you're watching my Raid Shadow Legends channel. So today we're gonna be discussing my first ever fusion. I'm early to mid game, and to be honest, I didn't even plan to do a fusion this early, but Relickeeper just kept staring at me from the portal, and you know, I realized that I have two of the champions I need in order for me to fuse him. I realized that I have Justicar and Templar, and I only needed those two, so I started grinding campaign like crazy, grinding the hell out of it, and then I got to the tavern, waste some resources on this champion because they all need to be ascended in order for this to work. And it just became a challenge that I couldn't resist. Hold up, click the link in the description to start your game with the free legendary and 4 solid epics as you level up. Here are the simple steps you need to follow. Step number 1, log out of Plarium Play on PC and uninstall. If you have never had Raid install on your mobile device before, the link will also work there. Step number 2, click the link in the description and register a brand new email. Step number 3, launch Raid and complete the tutorial. And finally, step number 4, go to your inbox and claim your first gem. Here we go, you will find Karato Fox Hunter there, and as you progress through the game, you will also unlock Ugo, Raktordrad, Tagor, and Mausoleum Mage. This is an amazing account start in Raid, so click my link in the description below and follow these simple steps. And at first, I was super excited that I could just go and do my first fusion. Then, you know, I got to know a little bit more about Relickeeper, what he could do. Because the first time I came here to the fusion portal, I was just checking around what I could do, if I could do something, because I really thought that fusion is only for pay-to-win players. I thought that I have to spend a lot of money so I could fuse any champion, but then I came here and I found out that I have almost every champion for Relickeeper, and at the start I was super excited, I got super happy, I didn't even check what Relickeeper could do, you know. I was that excited. I just literally said to myself, you know what, I don't care who is the champion, I just don't give shits about it. I'm just gonna do it because, you know, I'm finally able to do a fusion. I was super hyped, and then when I got every champion that's needed for this fusion, I finally decided to go and check what does Relickeeper do and is he actually worth it. And man, after wasting all my resources, all my potions for ascending those champions right here and grinding campaign like a crazy girl, I just came to realize that he's not worth a dime. And how disappointing is this, man? It turned out that Relickeeper doesn't have any AoE skills. On his day 1, he attacks one enemy and grants extra turn if the target is killed. He also places 25% increased attack buff on himself and grants an extra turn. And he also places a 15% continuous heal buff on himself for 2 turns. And finally, his aura increases ally attack in campaign battles by 40%. Honestly, in the early game, he could be a great campaign farmer. Also, you could use him in the arena as well, but he's very easily outclassed even by your starters like Kale or Elhain or even Ethel, because they all have AoE attacks, AoE abilities, and he does not. And at the beginning, I didn't know that. Do you understand how much hyped I was? I didn't even check what I'm going to fuse for. This is probably one of the noob mistakes I made, but I was just super excited, man, for this fusion. I grinded my way all to Relickeeper. And for those of you who still haven't got into a fusion and don't know much about it, let me tell you what is needed for this fusion. Specifically for Relickeeper, you're gonna need 4 champions. And one thing I didn't know about fusion is that you actually don't need all of those champions. I mean, this here, War Maiden, Diabolist, and the other two. You know, I'm just a noob still. But one guy in the comment, thank you by the way, shout out to you, told me that I won't need Spirit Host and the other champions if I have Justicar. And then I started to think about it. It's kind of obvious. You're gonna fuse those 4 only if you don't have that one. I just wasn't thinking about it. But yeah, anyway, so for Relic Keeper, we're gonna need those 4 champions, and each of the champions need to be at level 40 and also level 4 of Ascension. That means you're gonna have to use those champions in campaign to level them up. Also, you're gonna have to use a lot of potions. I guess if you're going for harder fusions, it would take a lot of your resources and potions. But yeah, you have to get them all to level 40 and ascend them to level 4 of Ascension. For me, I already had Justicar and Templar, and I only needed those 2. So first of all, it was a bit of grinding until I got them from campaign. Like, it took probably 3 days or something. I thought farming rares would be fast until I met this lady right here. Let me check her name. I gotta know it. Yeah, Sorceress. It took me around 2 or 3 days just to get Sorceress. You know, RNG Pain builds character, right? I swear she just refused to drop and that was it. But yeah, what I was saying is that it would take a lot of your time, a lot of your resources, a lot of potions if you want to fuse a champion. So if you ask me, I personally think that this one is the easiest fusion, and indeed it is. It is kind of easy to get most of these champions right here because most of them are obtainable through farming the campaign. But for example, let's take Lady Mikesh. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. Lady Mikesh. Mikesh. I don't know. Anyway, for this lady right here, those champions are not obtainable from campaign, not even one. So if you're gonna do other fusions, it would take a lot of your time and resources. But of course, Lady Mikesh is a mythical champion, so it's normal to be harder. But for example, Broadmow. Actually here the champions, most of them are also obtainable from campaign. But you know, if you decide to go for legendary champions, it's still gonna be harder than for Relic Keeper. It's gonna be time consuming. That is the word I would use for real. Now let's move to the fusion itself, guys. We're set and done. And I'm gonna still do this fusion because I was preparing for days, not weeks, but at least 1 week for this fusion. And I'm still gonna do it because there are also good news. Let's fuse him. Ooh. So that's how it looked like. Basically, it looks like you're summoning him from a shard. I was curious about that part. But yeah, I was saying that it's still worth it, guys, because here I had one last champion mission, and this was to fuse Justicar. But it turns out I didn't complete it by fusing Relic Keeper. But there is not a single mission, a single fusion that I could fuse Justicar. It was that one, and I already fused him. Oh, now I get it. This mission wants me to use all those 4 champions and actually fuse Justicar. Now I finally get it. What? Damn. Damn. I should have read more carefully here. So now I need to fuse Justicar using those champions right here. And I'm telling you, man, I'm not gonna use my Diabolist, who is level 50. She's also awakened. So I would probably go and farm campaign to get all these 4 champions so I can finally finish this mission, because it turned out I didn't understand it the proper way. So now I have to fuse only Justicar. Basically, this fusion was kind of unnecessary. Anyway, guys, I just thought I would finish this mission, but we had to fuse Justicar, not had him already. It was all about that, and I misunderstood this mission. But still, I did my first fusion and I'm kind of happy, you know. I've never done it before, so it's still like an account milestone for me. Is he worth fusing still? In my opinion, no. Only if you have specific mission for it, or I don't know, quests. But other than that, he's definitely not worth it. He's only good for really early to mid-game players. And I mean really, really early players, not even early to mid-game, because he lacks AoE buffs. Also, he's very easily outclassed and he's not good for late-game content. And now after I've done my first fusion, I don't think if I ever gonna build relickeeper. Probably I would use him as food, unfortunately, but you know, I've got to get my next champion to level 60, man. And this would probably be Rector Drat in my case, because as it is for now, I've only taken attack champions up to level 60. For now, those 3 on the screen are the only 3 champions that I've managed to get up to level 60. So we have Alice, Kill, and Fane, and they're all attack champions. And this time I honestly think it's a better idea for me to either get a healer and reviver up to level 60, or the other option is a good HP champion. I still don't know exactly who I'm gonna take up to the 6th rank. My options are kind of limited. I can either choose from Cornelia, who is also another great support that I really absolutely love in this game. She's actually one of my favorites, but she doesn't have revive skill. And honestly, this is what is kind of stopping me from taking her up to level 60. On the other hand, we have Rector Drat, who doesn't do any damage. But, you know, she's a very, very good reviver and healer. Also, another option I could choose from, this is Haikutun, but no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna take Haikutun up to level 60. Diabolist, of course not. War Maiden, of course not. So we're left with Cornelia, Rector Drat. Oh, I forgot Karato, you know, but he's also an attack champion. That's why I just didn't mention him. Ethel is also attack champion. And we have Admiral Blacktusk, who is my 3rd pretty good option in this case, because he's also a great support champion. I mainly use him in tag team arena for now, so I'm not making the best out of him. But you know, he can do magics, especially when he has a dwarf buddy on the team. He also plays stuns, and also he removes all the buffs from all allies, which is absolutely crazy and really, really useful against waves. And it's really useful in tag arena too. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below, who should I get to level 60 next, guys? And that's it. My first fusion is already done. Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Have you done your first fusion yet? If this video helped or entertained you even a little, drop a like, hit the sub button, and also turn on the bell. You know the drill. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and good luck with your next fusion. I'll catch you in the next video. Have a nice day. Bye.